Let's talk about Bruce Lee's hidden power of the solar plexus.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. My background is in applied positive psychology and coaching psychology, and I've been a fan of Bruce Lee since the longest time. I'm also practicing martial artist right now. I'm doing MMA, which is mixed martial arts. Today I came upon a video by Sadhguru saying that the secret to Bruce Lee's speed and strength and agility came from his Manipura. Okay, now if you're familiar with the Manipura, it is that solar plexus energy. Okay, it's that solar plexus chakra. Recently, also, what I discovered a few videos ago is that there's something called the higher heart anahata chakra, which is the thymus chakra, which is a little bit above the solar plexus as well. Okay, so this is very important. Of course, Sadhguru goes on to say he didn't live very long. There's stories about Bruce Lee also controlling his own adrenaline, almost like how Wim Hof can control his own nervous system in his body. Bruce had this ability to do this, but we don't know that because there is so much rumors and myths and, different, fanboy and fangirl theories about it that you start to get too into the rabbit hole. So one of the things that Sadhguru pointed out was in these ancient Chinese practices and Taoist internal practices, sometimes they would dissolve their center in a sense. But Bruce Lee could keep that very much awakened, and that dropped this guy into a swimming pool that was like 9 feet away from the swimming pool, right? And he was just like a 3-inch punch could move a man into a swimming pool that was 9 feet back.
No, like this, just that's all.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed it, but there is a lot of masculine energy in Bruce. And I think we can start to learn from him because he starts to think in a very, very critical but also unfiltered way. One of my favorite Bruce Lee quotes is, "Have faith in your ability and you will do just fine." It's got me to thinking that, I practice both yoga and martial arts. And what would a yoga-inspired martial arts look like? This is kind of how I'm coming up with Primal Sutra, almost looking at it more like an Aikido type of form, right? Aikido guides your opponent's momentum into passivity. And I think there's something very, very powerful about that concept. So I'm definitely going to be leaning further into this. He says, don't get set onto one form, adapt it, and build your own. And this is what I'm choosing to do with Primal Sutra, which is a revolutionary technique mainly for males in spiritual development, where we're so lost we don't know where to start, and there's so much counterproductive advice. There's so much advice out there that is giving you they tell you to do this and they tell you to do this other thing. But on the website, what we're gonna have is like a form that you can fill in where we will know your level and where you're coming from in terms of this journey. And that will help us guide people further into their correct pathways, right? Because you don't want to like Sadhguru said, you don't want to overdo it and then die early, unless, you want that lifestyle. You can go for that lifestyle. But I'm thinking more in terms of the long term. How can I maintain this vessel? How can I keep it moving forward? Yes, Bruce Lee is an example of ultimate potential fulfilled in a very short period of time. He really lived his life according to his tenets and his understandings, and he's very intelligent, but he also demonstrated a strength. He raised the respect of Asian men in Hollywood. And, us Indian men are also Asian men. We've got to consider this, okay? So respect the man for who he is. I mean, okay, Sadhguru, you can say whatever you want about him and his, the consequences of the Manipura, but I don't think we can take away from Bruce's instinct. He's the epitome of ultra instinct, right? And I say that with white hair, which is quite fascinating. And look, man, I really, really respect Sadhguru. I've been to his Isha programs. I really understand it. But speaking about something like martial arts, if you don't have a direct experience of doing it, it's not really going to give you certain lessons. Like, I can talk about martial arts now differently now that I'm a practicing martial artist, if that makes sense, right? Like, earlier I would just have theories about it, and now I'm actually doing it. So it's completely two different things, right? It's like someone talking about psychedelics when they haven't even experienced what it does to them. It's like that, you see? So you need some lived experience. And I think Bruce really had great body mechanics as well. He really knew his own pathway and what worked for him. So for myself and a lot of men, our solar plexus is suppressed, not only by society, but also by ourselves, by our own thoughts and premonitions and things like this. So I've done a lot of quizzes, I've done a lot of questionnaires, I've done a lot of energy healing work, and I've gotten consultations with many different types of people in this field who do chakra work and are advanced practitioners in it. And every time I've gotten a response that this is my most deficient chakra, okay? And that's the kind of the whole purpose, the premise of Primal Sutra is to bring together the strength of the solar plexus so that men can get their willpower back. I think one of the main things that people are lacking today in this day and age is willpower. They don't have that activation or that strength. Ever since COVID hit, the immunity or the thymus has been affected, right? Your thymus gland controls your immunity. If you're considering this process or this journey, ask yourself these questions. Where is my spirit embodied? If I could find a link to my spirit somewhere held in my body, where would it be? Where are my hidden fears and energy blockages that might be stopping me from my highest golden potential? Why is my back aching? Why is my shoulders aching? Why is success so elusive and vague and ambiguous? How can I improve my sex life? How can I exude more confidence? How do I have more attraction? What does it mean to think as a multidimensional being? Why am I not bursting with energy and enthusiasm about my life and my future? These answers can't be found logically thinking about them. They're found through going inwards and doing the inner work, which is what I can help you with. But you gotta lean into those fears. You can't be scared. So I'm here to help you overcome your obstacles towards that flow state lifestyle. And if you're interested, shoot me a message. I hope you found this video valuable today. Take care of yourself. May the flow be with you. And stay legendary. Let's get it today. Os. Hit that subscribe button.